Hello and welcome to this Oblivion 2014 graphics tutorial. Well, I know for myself, when I am watching YouTube videos, usually I want to get straight to the point. So if you want to skip all the introductions and start right away with the tutorial, click on the button that should appear right now. Well, if you haven't skipped directly to the tutorial, thank you. And first of all, I want to say thank you guys for all your great responses and likes on my videos. With the creation of my Skyrim tutorial videos, I have to say that my YouTube activity exploded, seriously. I was really stunned, really impressed. You can expect a lot more videos from me where I will handle modern games but also the good old games. I mean, we all love our games, especially our classic games. But when it's possible, we sure want to make them as great as they can look. So again, thanks guys. Alright, Oblivion with 2014 graphics. That is what this tutorial is all about. Before I even started modding Oblivion, I checked out YouTube, of course, if there were any modding tutorials available. And I mean specifically for the graphics. The only thing I just want is an ultimate graphics tutorial. I mean, you get all these divided videos with all different kind of mods, but there's not just a single video that handles all the best graphic mods and combine them in one single tutorial. This was my exact problem I had with Skyrim. So for that I decided to create the ultimate graphics tutorial myself. Well, for Oblivion that was a little bit different. There was one great video tutorial series made by Culvey House. He explains the most popular Oblivion graphic mods and how to install them. Really wonderful tutorials. There was only one big issue I encountered in Culvey House's videos. Everything requires the Oblivion Graphics Extender mod. Well, after some long research, I unfortunately discovered that the Oblivion Graphics Extender mod does not work that great with an ENB. It means if you install them both, you get some really weird glitches in the graphics.
Well, it appears they can work together, but it requires some research that I still am doing. And on top of that, I also encountered some other problems.
First of all of his mods are pretty performance heavy, something that really gets disturbing after a while. And maybe I installed it wrong, but I just did exactly as he explained in his video series, so I don't think I did it wrong. Oh, and the last thing I found quite disturbing was that you had to install a lot of extra programs that manage the Oblivion mods. I mean, maybe if you followed my Skyrim graphics tutorial, you know that you just only need the Nexus Mod Manager. And rest assured, for this tutorial video you also need the Nexus Mod Manager. That, while the video tutorials from Culvey House requires 3 extra mod managers. I mean, that's not really much of a problem, but I just would like to keep it simple. Just one mod manager to rule them all. Ha ha ha. But don't get me wrong guys, the tutorial videos from Culvey House are seriously wonderful. I really learned a lot from his videos, and really just seriously check them out. And you also may be wondering why you should follow this tutorial instead of the Culvey House's Oblivion tutorials. It's a good thing you ask. In my opinion, better graphics, far better performance, way easier installation procedures, and you only need one download manager. These things also makes it far more stable in my opinion. Something that's not really unimportant as well, since we all want a stable Oblivion.
Well, as I said before, I am currently investigating how to let the ENB and the Oblivion Graphics Extender work together. Some people have got it working together, and there should be a way to get the settings right that they should work together both. So you can see this tutorial as a quick installation. Let's hope an advanced installation follows. Alright, the installation. Well, to properly install Oblivion, first we have to make sure we properly have uninstalled the game. So if you have purchased the game, go to your Steam library and search up the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion. Once you have found it, right click on it and select delete content. Click on delete and then go to your Oblivion game folder. That is the folder located into your Steam apps, so where you have installed the game in Steam, and it's in Steam, Steam apps, common, and there you can see the games, and there is your Oblivion game folder. Make sure you delete it because it may contain some files that you don't want to use anymore. Another folder that you want to make sure it has been deleted is in your My Documents. So go to your My Documents and then go to the My Games section and select Oblivion. It contains some files, you can delete them as well. However, if you want to keep your save games, make sure you don't delete the saves folder, but just backup it. If you are using the Steam version, then don't worry, because Steam will automatically back up your save games. So now we made sure we properly have deinstalled Oblivion. Well, after deinstalling comes the installation of Oblivion. I can be pretty quick about this. Start up the game, but make sure you start it at least once, because this will generate some INI files which are necessary for the modding progress. Also, another note, try to install Oblivion on your C drive, else it might crash when trying to launch directly from the Nexus Mod Manager. It's not a big issue, but it can be quite annoying. Once you have installed it, start up your Oblivion, click on the messages on OK and select your options. Here just select maximum quality, leave settings on HDR, make sure you select your right resolution, I play on Full HD, and leave it on like that. Do not put on anti-aliasing. Then start up the game and we will configure the following in-game options. Press escape, select your options, your video menu, and from here make sure you select everything to maximum, so tree fade, actor fade, item fade, object fade. Very important, the grass distance, view distance, the distant land must be on, of course, distant buildings, distant trees, self shadows, the shadows on grass, I'll put them on, and the spectacular distance as well, of course. Shadow filtering, of course, high. Then make sure you leave HDR lighting on and keep off bloom lighting. Set water detail on high and the rest should be standing correctly already. Do not turn on anti-aliasing, guys, do not turn it on. Then return to the game and see if the game runs smoothly. We also want to create some shortcuts and bookmark the following page, which is the Oblivion Nexus. Bookmark that page and then we are going to bookmark the following folders. First of all, create a shortcut to your Oblivion game folder, which is located in your Steam folder, Steam apps, common, and then bookmark your Oblivion game folder. Also create a new folder which you should name something like Oblivion Save Mods, because this is the folder where we will go and download the Oblivion mods. Make sure you either create shortcuts to these folders or put them into your favorites. Next up, we have to install the Nexus Mod Manager. Make sure you have it downloaded. I already have it because of my Skyrim modding. For the first time it will scan all of your games and it should look something like this. Cancel all the search procedures except for the games you want to have the Nexus Mod Manager find the locations for. In this case we're only going to use Oblivion, but I leave Skyrim on as well. Please check if the installation locations are correct. Then select Oblivion and the Nexus Mod Manager will generate some files for Oblivion modding. Once it is started, click on the tab Mods and make sure you select the option Archive Invalidation. Else some mods will not work properly. Select Yes if you want to activate it. And this was actually the only setup we had to do for the Nexus Mod Manager. Well, let's install our first mod. Go to the Oblivion mod page, wait for it to be loaded, then click on Search above and search for Carl. We are directly going to download the biggest mod, the Carl Texture Pack version 3. This mod will dramatically improve all the Oblivion textures. Normally you could download this mod in one big file. Well, unfortunately that file is not available anymore. What we have to do now is download all these loose parts from the Carl's Texture Pack mod page. This is the biggest download we have to do. Just start with part 1, download it manually, select the mirror and save it into your Oblivion Save Mods folder. The reason for downloading manually is that you have a backup of those files later on. A good thing for modding Oblivion is that the most mods will not change anymore. So later on you can just copy and back up the file. Once you did finish downloading part 1, select part 2, select the mirror and save it into your Oblivion mod folder. Now please do the same for all the other parts. It are 11 parts in total. It may take a while, but as I said, it is the biggest mod we are going to download. Once you did finish downloading all of the 11 parts, it is time to add them into the Nexus Mod Manager. First of all, extract all the archive parts until you only get the O mods. You can just extract them all here in the same folder if you have that option. Once the O mods have been extracted, you can delete the archive files. It could be that part 1 is not being extracted in the same folder, just cut them out and put them with all the rest. So after that you can just delete the archive files. I usually do this by just pressing the Del key on my keyboard. Then go to the Nexus Mod Manager. And now let's add the first part. Click on this button, select Add Mod from File. And now we have to go to your Oblivion Save Mods folder. From there select part 1. And now the mod is going to be processed. Once it has been added, you only have to activate it by clicking this button. The bigger mods take some time to download, but also some time to be processed in the Nexus Mod Manager. Once the mod has been activated, you should get a message and just click on OK. Next, do the same and select part 2. Also make sure you activate the mod and wait for it to be processed. Once the mod has finished processing, make sure you do this for all the other parts, so 11 parts in total. Add them all to your Nexus Mod Manager, activate them and wait for them to be processed. So in the end you should have 11 parts activated in the Nexus Mod Manager from the called Texture Pack. The next mod we need to install is the Oblivion script extender. First go to the Oblivion mod page. And once the page has been loaded, click on search and search for the Oblivion script extender. Once you did find the mod, click on it and open the mod page. Then click on files and download the latest version manually and save it into your Oblivion mod folder. The Oblivion script extender we have to install it manually. So go to the Oblivion save mods and extract the archive. Then open up the extracted folder. And here you can see a lot of files. If you check out the readme file, you can see that for the Steam version, which is the version we are currently using, you have to copy 3 files along with the data folder into your Oblivion game folder. So make sure you select those 3 files and the data folder, then copy them, then go to your Oblivion game folder, and there just paste them into your Oblivion game folder. Please note that if you're using Windows 7 or XP, it will probably ask to overwrite or merge some files. On Windows XP, make sure you do not replace the folder. And now we finished installing the Oblivion script extender. The next mod we are going to install is the Blockhead mod. Go to the Oblivion mod page, search for Blockhead, and once you have found it, open up the Blockhead mod page. There, click on Download Manual and download the latest version of Blockhead. Save it into your Oblivion mod folder. Once you finish downloading Blockhead, go to your Oblivion Save Mods folder, extract the file, and once the file has been extracted, you find the following folder with the following file in it. Copy blockhead.dll and go to your Oblivion game folder. Then open up data, open up the Oblivion script extender folder and paste the file into it. In this folder you have to create the folder plugins, but we will do it just later. Blockhead is required for the following mod. Go back to the mod page, click on files and then click on top files. Here you will find the Oblivion Character Overhaul version 2. Open the page up. And for this mod we needed Blockhead. So click on Download Manual and download the latest version. Once you click on Download Manual, you can see that this mod requires Blockhead and the Oblivion script extender. Well, we installed both. So save the mod and save it into your Oblivion mod folder. Once you have downloaded the Oblivion Character Overhaul version 2, go to your Nexus Mod Manager, add the mod profile, and just select the file itself. This also may take a while for being processed. Once you've added the file, click on it and activate it. And once it has finished processing, your Oblivion Character Overhaul should now be activated. Well, next up, some water mods. Go to the Oblivion mod page and search for water. Then open up the Enhanced Water mod. Once the page has been opened, click on Download Manual and then just download the latest version into your Oblivion mod folder. Once your mod has been downloaded, go to the Nexus Mod Manager, add the mod from file and select the Enhanced Water and add it into your Nexus Mod Manager. Then just activate it. If you also have the Shivering Isles expansion pack, you need to download the Addition and Shivering Isles Enhanced Water Edition. So go back to the page, just copy enhanced water if you're lazy just like me, search and paste the search result in it. Then click on search and select the Shivering Isles edition. Download it as well manual and save it into your Oblivion mod folder. And once you have downloaded the Shivering Isles edition, go to your Nexus Mod Manager, add the mod from file, select the Shivering Isles edition and click on it to be activated. The following mod that we are going to download is called Test for LotGen. Go to the Oblivion mod page and search for LotGen. In the search result, just open the mod up and click on download manual. Then just download the mod manually and save it into your Oblivion mod folder. This mod also requires a manual install, so open up your mod folder and extract the Test for LotGen. Once you have extracted the archive, open it up and there's one file that you have to copy, and then go to your Oblivion main game folder. Just paste it in there. After that, just start the program. What this program does is that it will process the landscape mods and apply all the texture changes on the entire landscape. So whenever you install a landscape mod, make sure you run this program as well. Once it has finished, you can see in the message log that you can now safely exit the Test for LotGen. So again, whenever you apply a landscape mod, make sure you run this program. The next mod we are going to install is the most important one. It's our ENB. Just search for a tweaked ENB and click on search. Now you should get a tweaked ENB, which we are going to install. I think this is absolutely the best ENB you can have for Oblivion. So download the latest version of a tweaked ENB manually and save it into your Skyrim mod folder. We also have to download some core ENB files later on. I know sometimes people don't like ENBs because they have limited effects compared to the Oblivion graphics extender, and a lot of ENBs have way too much depth of field. This ENB, however, combines all of the wonderful ENB effects in a single ENB, so this is the version we are going to install. So once you have downloaded the ENB, we still have to download the additional file. It's a d3d9.dll. To get it, go back to the description, scroll down, and here you can see the link to the original ENB core files. So just copy the URL and open it up in a new tab. Here you can download the core files. Click on the download button and also save them into your Oblivion mod folder. Once you did that, open up the folder from a tweaked ENB, copy all the files that are in it, and paste them into your Oblivion game folder. And now we also have to make sure we copy the core file. So extract the downloaded ENB archive. And once the archive has been unpacked, go to the folder and go to the wrapper version and select the d3d9.dll file. This file you can paste also in the Oblivion main game folder. And now we have installed our ENB. There is just one small problem that comes with this ENB. Some parts of your main weapon can become translucent, which sometimes may look a little bit weird. Well, the good thing is that there is a patch available for this. The bad thing from this patch is that it is a file from the Oblivion graphics extender and sometimes can cause some real glitches with the lightning. To get that patch file, we first have to download the Oblivion graphics extender. So go back to the mod page and search for the graphics extender and open the page up. And then click on files and download the main file. Save it into your Oblivion mod folder. Once it has finished downloading, go to your Oblivion saved mods, extract the Oblivion graphics extender, and once it has been extracted, go into the folder, open the Oblivion script extender folder, the plugins folder, and copy the file. Then go to your Oblivion main game folder. Here open up the data folder, then the Oblivion script extender folder, and you have to create the folder plugins. In this folder all of our plugins have to be, else they will not work. So move Blockout into it and make sure you paste the patch file as well in it. If you are playing but you also encounter those really weird flickers, just delete the Oblivion graphics extender DLL. I have deleted the file as well because I don't really mind playing with a little bit of a transcolor weapon. Alright, and now we finished all of our graphical modding. However, there are two mods that I would really recommend you install as well. First of all, install Fast Exit. This mod does not only let you exit Oblivion fast, but it will also fix a crash once you exit Oblivion and you get an error message from Windows. You can just search for the mod on the Oblivion mod page and install it with the Nexus Mod Manager.
I can also really recommend you to install the unofficial Oblivion patch and the unofficial Shivering Isles patch. You can download them as Nexus Mod Manager compatible mods, but also as simple exe files you can just install. For the rest, Oblivion modding is all up to you. Well, there is one thing left to show, that is the end result. I also include this footage along with some other footage in a different video for the end result. I really hope my tutorial have helped you, and if you still have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.